9/11 changed our countries in ways that are obvious 10 years later and not so obvious, especially at the security screenings in airports and public buildings. But it also changed the way we think and the way we feel about each other.
Because these fifth graders at Carrollwood Elementary were either newborns or unborn in 2001, their memories of the attacks of 9/11 are all secondhand.
Bad people went up to the pilots and they took over the plane. People got really scared and a lot of people were killed.
Though the details of the plot hatched on the other side of the world are vague to a 10-year-old, the fear has been passed on intact to children like Gabriel.
And every time I go on an airplane, I feel like it's going to happen again, so I pray to God that it's not going to happen.
Gabriel's teacher can reassure her students, but she can't change the new reality of what it means to be an American.
Just seeing those planes go through those towers, I realized being an American doesn't mean you're safe.
We try to ease that worry with safety procedures. Visitors like me have to show ID checking in and out of a school. At airports and courthouses, we shed our belts and open our purses to uniformed strangers. All of us.
Have you gotten used to that?
Yes, I have. I don't like it, but I do it. It is a hassle.
Process server Juan Rivera stopped wearing a belt to speed his way into the Hillsborough County Courthouse. But since 9/11, he's beefed up security at his own home as well.
I've gotten bigger dogs, and I've had my yard fenced in.
Rivera knows his home is an unlikely al-Qaeda target, but he has a sense that the world is a more dangerous place now. It's a stubborn belief in the face of sharply dropping crime rates here and across the country.
We just don't trust nobody anymore, and it's terrible. You know, I feel bad about that, but what can we do?
People are very depressed, very scared, very pulled back.
Tampa psychiatrist Walter Afield hears what he believes are echoes of 9/11 from his patients every day.
Yeah, here we've been invaded, war happened, and it was a shock, and it still is emotionally. People are fearful.
That fear has brought many Americans together in patriotism and in grief as our fallen soldiers from the two resulting wars of 9/11 are returned home.
I want that family to know that there are people in this country that do care what their son did for this country.
But some of that fear turned to suspicion directed at Muslim Americans, 43% of whom have reported some kind of harassment in the last year, according to a Pew Research poll.
I feel like I'm home. You know, I've been here for almost 13 years now.
Tampa store clerk Zouair Nefsi from Tunisia says he's had no such trouble.
I think everything's been peaceful.
Yeah, right.
And I hope it stays like that.
It's a hope shared by all Americans that another decade will pass for ourselves and our children without a repeat of 9/11.
Well, will things ever go back to the way they were? Not likely. But the nation's top security officials this week said that new screening technology will soon allow us to keep our belts and our shoes on at the airport. It's a small thing, but it's something.
Sure is. Thanks, Brendan.